Hello, my friend, and welcome to Wisdom Trek. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, your guide to wisdom and creating a living legacy. Thank you for joining us for our 5-day-per-week Wisdom and Legacy Building podcast. Today is 591 of our trek, and it is Wisdom Wednesday. Every Wednesday along Life's Trail, we will dig for the nuggets of wisdom found in the book of Proverbs. Today, we'll explore Proverbs chapter 6 from the Voice translation, which will give us a fresh perspective on this book of timeless wisdom. We are broadcasting from our studios in the Big House in Marietta, Ohio. What a difference a week can make in our lives. I was scheduled to travel to Mesa, Arizona last week to work on our construction project there. The day before I was to leave, our lives changed forever. A little over a week ago, Hazel, our 2.5-year-old red-headed spunky granddaughter, who is so full of life, was taken to Nationwide Children's Hospital in Columbus. And a week ago on Saturday, we found out that our sweet little Hazel was diagnosed with pre-B acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Of course, our hearts are broken, and it rocked our foundation to its very core. Since it was detected early and she is young, the prognosis for recovery is good, but the thought of Hazel having to suffer the 2 years of chemo treatments is difficult to grasp and consider. It certainly will be a major change in our lives, and especially the lives of her parents Elizabeth and Nat Miller, and Hazel's 3 older siblings, Paul, Gideon, and Aurora. It is hard to process, especially for one so young. But we are certain that God is in control of this situation as He is in all of our situations of life. We will be much more involved in Elizabeth, Nat's, and the grandchildren's lives as we assist them and as we all adjust to a life that is no longer what our normal was. Fortunately, Nat's parents also live locally, and they are very involved with the grandkids. We would like to ask you to pray for Hazel and her tribe, and also for us as grandparents, as we would have the wisdom, insight, and understanding to make prudent choices and to be able to help wherever is needed. As we explore Proverbs chapter 6 today, Solomon instructs us to be wise. But Solomon puts it pretty bluntly when he says, "Don't be a fool." This chapter incorporates the 9th speech of the father to son, and there is a trove of wisdom gold in here. And as you listen to it, look for the words such as snare, caught, hunter, fowler, robber, capture, and thief. According to the father, there are 4 hunters out there looking to ambush your soul and rob you of the rich and satisfying life. First of all, we want to beware of the first robber, which is debt, in verses 1 through 5. The father warns his sons of the dangers of financial liability, even if it's to help out a friend. Stepping into debt is like stepping into a trap. Don't sign your name, he says. If you do, get yourself out of the situation with dogged persistence, to the point of exhaustion, and escape like a gazelle or a bird, 2 animals that exhibit swift speed. The second hunter that is ready to ambush us is laziness, found in verses 6 through 11. Here the father tells his son that poverty will come upon him like a robber if he doesn't learn to work hard. Check out the ants, he says, pointing out the diligent ways that these insects store provisions for their future. Solomon, as 1 Kings chapter 4 verse 33 indicates, he is a skilled zoologist who drew many lessons from the world of animals. The 4th hunter that is out to ambush us is the hunter of gossip, verses 12 through 19. In these verses, the topic switches from the sluggard to the slanderer. Both are deemed to be worthless people, but the latter receives the father's harshest criticism. Verses 16 through 19 catalog a list of things that the Lord hates, culminating with someone who creates relational disharmony. And the 4th hunter who's out to ambush us is that of lust, verses 20 through 35. This last warning takes the form of a speech. Once again, we encounter the adulteress, the woman who will hunt you down, the father says, and capture her prey with her eyelashes. Don't be fooled, there is only pain from engaging with her. In other words, the father asks a rhetorical question. Can a man walk on hot coals without his feet being scorched? The uniting theme of this chapter is the father's encouragement to maintain a healthy distance from these sly hunters. To give in to them is to forsake freedom and give way to calamity. What temptations are you prey to today? Surrender them to God with a humble heart, and remember that the father said, correction and instruction are the way to life. So listen up now and pay attention as I share Proverbs chapter 6. My son, if you risk your family's future to put up collateral for the debts of an acquaintance, if you seal your commitment with a handshake to someone without first knowing the value of his word, then your words may well be the trap that snares you. Your promises may seal your fate. You can't be sure to whom you hitched your future. So, my son, save yourself. Here's what you need to do. Go to the person who became your master with a handshake, humble yourself, and plead your case. Do not sleep. Don't even rest your eyes until you deal with this. Get out as quickly as possible, as a gazelle runs from the hand of a hunter, as a bird takes off from the grip of a fowler. Take a lesson from the ant, you who love leisure and ease. Observe how it worked and dare to be just as wise. It has no boss, no one laying down the law telling them what to do, yet it gathers its food through the summer and takes what it needs from the harvest. How long do you plan to lounge your life away, you lazy fool? Will you ever get out of bed? You say, a little sleep, a little rest, a few more minutes, and a nice little nap. But soon poverty will be on top of you like a robber. Need will assault you like a well-armed warrior. Someone who struts around taking advantage of unsuspecting souls and deceiving others is to be avoided. A wink of his eyes, a quick shuffle of his feet, a slight gesture with his hand, he signals his roguish treachery. With a warped mind and a twisted heart, he constantly looks for his own gain at others' expenses, causing friction everywhere he goes. But you watch, his actions will bring sudden disaster. In an instant, his life will be shattered, and there will be nothing to save him. Take note, there are 6 things that the Eternal hates. No, it is 7 he abhors. Eyes that look down on others, a tongue that cannot be trusted, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that conceives evil plans, feet that sprint toward evil, a false witness who breathes out lies, and anyone who stirs up trouble among the faithful. So, my son, follow your father's instructions, and don't forget what your mother taught you. Keep these teachings close to your heart, engrave them on a pendant, and hang them around your neck. Their instructions will guide you along your journey, guard you when you sleep, and address you when you wake up in the morning. For their direction is a lamp, their instruction is a light to your path, and their discipline will correct your missteps, sending you down the right path of life. They will keep you far from the corrupted woman, away from the smooth talk of the seductive woman. Don't lose yourself in desire for her beauty, or let her win you over with her painted eyes. For you can buy a harlot with a loaf of bread, but sex with another man's wife will cost you your life. Can you carry fire right next to your body and keep your clothes from burning? Can you walk on fiery coals and keep your feet from blistering? Take another man's wife and you'll find out. Whoever touches her will be found guilty. People don't despise a thief who only steals to fill his hunger. Still, if they catch him, he must repay 7 times over. He could end up losing everything he owns. By contrast, only a fool would commit adultery, since by his action he loses not only his possessions, but also his own life. He will suffer injury and disgrace. Dishonor will leave a permanent mark on his life. For jealousy sparks a husband's rage. When he gets his revenge, he'll show no mercy. He will not be paid off or appeased. No bribe or gift will set things right. That will conclude our exploration of Proverbs chapter 6. There is certainly a lot to ponder here in this chapter. Next week we will continue on with chapter 7, and each week we will explore a full chapter in Proverbs. I hope that you'll join us each week so that you can gain wisdom, insight, and understanding for yourself. All the Proverbs provide us with such rich wisdom, insight, and understanding on a myriad of life issues. And regardless where you are on your faith walk, if the precepts in Proverbs are followed, your life will be rich and satisfying. I encourage you to take them and plant the seeds of wisdom into your heart so that you'll reap a harvest of wisdom throughout your life. Tomorrow we will hike another short trail on our Wisdom Unplugged series where we will discover an inspirational wisdom quote. So encourage your friends and family to join us and to come along with us tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, creating a legacy. That will finish our trek for today. If you'd like to listen to any of the past treks or read the Wisdom Journal, they are available at wisdom-trek.com. You can also subscribe to iTunes or Google Play so that each day's trek will be downloaded to you automatically. And thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, I am your friend as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal. And as we take this trek of life together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and then leave a living legacy each day. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and then create a great day every day. See you tomorrow.